Hello, welcome to Ave Horizon. I'm Mr. Carrick. This will be a tutorial on how to use Burlington. Now I'm going to log into Burlington English. Now after everything is downloaded and you've installed it, then you should be able to log in. I'm going to log in with a demo account. Okay, now it's going to take me in. When you first log in, you should see a welcome video. Now, you can watch that welcome video. After you do that, you'll come to this screen. Now, this is important. If you're in English 1, you'll be starting with Everyday English 1. If you're in English 2, you'll be starting with Everyday English 3. So let me just show you English 1. I'll click here, and now it's going to take me into the modules. So when you first enter into Everyday English 1 or Everyday English 3, it will look a lot like this. On the left-hand side, you will have modules 1 through 8, and on the right-hand side, you'll have the situations inside those modules. So for every module, there's usually 5 situations, and you're responsible for completing each situation fully. That means if there's an A and B section of that particular situation, you complete both those sections. Once you're done with all 5 situations, then you'll be done with that module. So let's take a look at Listen and Speak. So let me click here where it says Welcome 1, Listen and Speak. And when you first get to this, there'll be a welcome message that this will take you through. You can click play to review that. Now you won't be able to hear the audio on my computer, but on yours you will be. So you would listen to this and read this. Now I'm not going to do that because this is a tutorial. I'm going to get through this a little quicker. The next tab says words, and on the listen and speak section, the word section, what you'll do, you can click on the word, and when you click on the word, it will give you a playback of how the word is supposed to sound. And then when you click the red dot right here, you click that to record yourself speaking into the microphone. So I'll do that right now. And come English. So this is how you would do that section. So make sure you complete all of these words and phrases, and after you're done with that, go down here, do the practice. So it'll give you a playback sound, and then you would click the corresponding sound. So it just said school to me, so I would click here. And if it said teacher, for example, then I would click here. Okay, so then once I'm done with this and I'm done with the practice section, I'm done with this tab, then I would move to Dialog One. Now in Dialog One, you could be one of 2 people speaking, and you should record yourself as both. So there is Carlos here and Betty here. I can choose to be either Carlos or I can choose to be Betty. I can also choose to just play it through just to hear how it's supposed to sound. So if I click play, it will just go through the entire conversation. But if I chose Carlos and then I click record, then it will wait for me to speak into the mic to record it. So let me show you an example. I'll click the record button here. I'm actually talking into this, so it's not going to give me a very good grade. Let me stop talking. Okay, it said please try again because I was just talking. So let me do that again right now. Hello, I'm Carlos. So that's how it's supposed to work, okay? So I go in, I click record, and then when it's time for me to speak, I speak into it, it records it. Once it's done, it continues the conversation. Now, once I'm done with that, then I would choose Betty. So click on Betty, and then you could press record one more time. It will go through the conversation, and then when it's Betty's turn to speak, you'll speak into the microphone. Once you're done with that, then you can move on to Dialog 2 and do the same thing here. Make sure you speak as both Sarah and as Carlos. Then when you're done with that tab, keep moving along to the next tabs. And for example, this one, it asks you to match the sound with the picture. So for example, if I click here, if it says he's a student, I would choose the picture that best represents a student, just like that. And then I would do the same for each one of these. After I'm done, I would click the check mark here and go down here. Do this. This is very similar to the word section. I click on I, then I record myself speaking into it. And then there's another practice section here. So once I'm done with all of that, then I can go back and then I can do section B. Okay? And then anytime you see a tab in here, make sure you read that. If it's an assignment, you can do that. In this one, in this case, it's not an assignment, it's just the grammar rules. So let me go back again. So that is how you complete each situation. Now you're going to come up with the question of, wait a second, did I complete all the situations in the module? Let me show you how to check if you've done everything you need to do inside that module. So if you want to check what you still need to do or what you have done, you can go to Progress. So click on Progress, and when you click on Progress, you'll be presented with this General tab here at the beginning. Don't worry about this General tab. Don't really pay too much attention to it. You should be more concerned about what you're doing inside each module. So I'm concerned right now about Module 1, so I would click in Module 1. Now after I click in Module 1, I'm presented with these situations just like you saw before. If I click on Listen and Speak, it's going to take me to this table. Now, each line here represents a certain section in that situation for Listen and Speak. So where it says pronunciation, there was a certain section for pronunciation. That was this one if I go to it. So that was this words section. If I want to go to the dialogue for character 1, I can go to it here. Now here's the important part. You should have a best score for each one of these different sections. If you don't, that means it hasn't been completed, and you would need to use where it says this arrow, you would click on that go to arrow to complete that section. So for example, if I was missing second character in Dialog 2, if there was nothing there, here it says 85%. That means I've done it. But if it didn't say anything there, I would go to like here, and it will take me directly to that. I can click record, and then I can complete that section. Now, this is a demo student, and somebody else has been working in here. That's why all of these are filled. So the first time you do it, you'll just see a best score. But once you've done it 2 or more times, you'll see this, where it says a first score, a last score, and then a best score. So it only keeps your best score. So you don't have to worry about the number of times you're trying to do it. Okay? It will only keep your best score. So make sure that you have done each section. There should be a best score in each. A minimum number of tries in here should be 1, and there should be time spent that you've been, here it says your time spent that you are working on it. So if I move down to say here, it tells me that I spent 3 minutes in grammar 1, practice right here. Grammar 2, I spent 4 minutes 48 seconds in this practice right here. And if I want to go to it, I could just click, let's say I don't want this 69%, I want a 70% or higher. I can click go to, and I can do that section again, this part right here. Okay, so that's how you check your progress to see if you've missed anything or if you can do better on a certain section. So if there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, It's going to be knowing how to find what sections are missing or what sections need improvement. If you can do that, you will save yourself a lot of time and you will be very efficient. Take care, guys, and have a great day.